after Dan bought the $5 dog. 2 weeks after Ann first showed Dad the silk stockings.
I remember the battle over those stockings.
But about 2 weeks after that, Dad had a long conference with Dr. Burton.
And
they came down and Dad was joking.
And we didn't think anything about it. We didn't even have a suspicion.
That's the time.
They were so cheerful. Gosh, Frank, when a man with a dozen children gets told his heart's on the blink, what is he going to do?
That's what I'm getting at. Maybe that's why Dad didn't want you wasting your time with boys and sodas and dates.
It wouldn't contribute to skipping grades at school?
Don't you see? The more we knew about school, the more we knew about everything. The easier it would be later on.
Of course.
We'd be able to take care of ourselves better. We would have been less of a load on Mother.
Well, you can't blame them for not wanting us to waste time on dates and things like that, but we didn't know.
And he didn't know either. I mean, like Mother said about high school girls.
I guess boys and things. Dad must have figured it was a shocking waste of time.
The way I remember it, the first boy to called on the same night that Dad had that long conference with Dr. Burton.
I think Dad and the doctor went upstairs after dinner that night.
Yeah, you and I were playing checkers right over there when they came down.
And I was wishing the phone would ring, and it would be some fullback who was dying to meet me. I didn't pay much attention to the checkers, or even to Dad.
Somehow you should realize it then, what the doctor was saying to Dad. Somehow you should know.
But at the time, they seemed so casual. It passed like any other conversation, like any ordinary conversation might pass.
You were sitting there, and I was sitting here.
And we hardly noticed. I guess I must have been daydreaming.
Hey, Ern, it's your move.
What?
It's your move.
Oh,
You sure about that?
of course I'm sure.
All right. Another game?
Sure.
Quacks! You're all quacks! Quacks, sir! Quacks! Now, I may wobble a little bit after putting on a little weight. I may go south in the winter. You know, but I still have one more notch on my belt. I know it's down there, can't see it, you know. But quacks! You know, I think that that's going a little too far. I do hear it an awful lot. Maybe there's something.
I don't believe you. The Gilbert family we're almost like pioneer stock. Too strong to get sick.
Pioneers. Now last year, I treated you. I know it was a slight mistake. I thought you said there was a collagen epidemic, and I came and filled your skin. You had nice, smooth skin. Like, how could I get it mixed up with a cholera epidemic? I don't know, but that's not my fault. It's in a medical book. All right, so that was last spring. Last spring.
I'm sure pioneers even got that.
Pioneers. You know, you might have a point there, sir. You know, so you know, I think maybe I just go ahead. You know, I didn't treat you right enough. I think you need to. Now I have this new serum, a new serum. So I just need to. Where should I? Well, maybe we'll let that pass. But your pioneer comment, it may be possible.
Now you say I shouldn't even take out a 3-year magazine subscription.
A waste of money. Now I have some projects for Brooklyn Bridge, but that's a waste of money.
What about a year subscription?
I'd save my money, but you know what? My grandson is trying to win a contest to the St. Louis Fair. I do have some subscriptions here. That may be here. The Highlight Foundation is looking for magazine subscriptions, but a short-term, just a short-term subscription, 6 months.
That's a mighty short-term subscription.
Sir, a man with your responsibilities should not waste his money.
Mr. Bourne's eyes don't believe you. Besides, I feel too good, and I'm too busy to get sick.
Fine, fine, listen. My coffee is cold, I've got to refill it. I have a foursome waiting for me on the tea. Do I have time to waste giving you advice? It's one last thing for me to worry about, sir. I'm taking my bag, taking my subscriptions, moving on to the next house. I'll see you next week.
You bet you will.
Heck, I've heard that before. Listen, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley, I treated them both. That's on my will.
Dad, I think we need to get a new primary care physician. That was a little nuts. What magazine are you subscribing to?
Never mind.
Say, what's this?
We already did our homework.
Who says you have to stop there? Remember, a lot of little things add up to skipping grades in the end.
I skipped a grade last year.
Me too.
Who says you have to stop there? I want you skipping grades every year. That's one of the topics of tonight's discussion. Silk stockings!
I've been wearing them to school, and you might as well know it.
Next thing I know, you want to paint yourself.
Everybody uses makeup nowadays.
They don't call it painting anymore.
I don't care what they call it. I won't have a painted woman in this house.
You want is a house full of old maids.
What I want is for you to get ahead with things in life that matter, without me constantly hounding you.
And guess what? The topic for tonight's family council is skipping grades at school. Yay!
We voted all topics be of general interest.
That is of the utmost general interest.
Dad's so smart. Why can't he understand?
You poor thing.
Your move. Sure?
Absolutely.
Hey! Another game?
No.
Get them out of here!
Oh, the dumb dogs.
What did you expect? $5.
Off on Dad's bed again?
He's always on Dad, but he's crazy about Dad.
The basement window. Across the clothing. Up the back stairs. Dad's bed.
He was right about the dog, now he'll think he's right about everything.
Clothes, makeup, and everything.
They're still hoping the boys will go mad over them.
Over Ben?
What's so ridiculous about that?
Nothing.
I mean,
Only.
what?
If you've anything to say.
I just want to think you have that sort of effect on anybody.
And we've known you all our lives. Of course, maybe someone who didn't know you so well.
Thanks for the compliment.
No problem.
I think you're a very good swimmer in tennis.
We don't care for your opinion.
Other boys don't feel that way about us. Do they?
I've never heard the subject mentioned.
If you want an honest frank answer.
We don't.
Oh, they're silk stockings. What good did they do for you?
One day you're going to be surprised. One day that telephone's going to ring and it'll be...
One of Dad's business partners. Hello? Yes, this is the Gilbert residence. Frank speaking. You want to talk to who? You're quite sure you have the right number, sir.
Who's it for?
You haven't got her mixed up with anyone else.
Who's it for?
You mean Ann Gilbert? With the freckles? Hey, Ann! Someone's calling for you. He must be crazy. I sure hope he's gotten all his shots. Hurry before he hangs up or gets in his right mind.
Snake in the grass! Hello? Yes, this is Ann Gilbert. Who? It's nice of you to call. Go ahead, talk to us.
Say something.
I can't.
I'll take care of them. I'll fracture your skull!
Whoa, hey, Frank, what you mean there?
Get out!
Oh gosh! We're only kidding!
right here. Hit him along.
Say something.
Of course I'd love to have a soda with you. You mean tonight? What about Dad? You're coming right over?
You don't have permission.
That'll be fine. Give a little tune on your horn when you get here. We'll be seeing you. Who is it? Joe Scales. Guy with the cheerleader in the car too?
He's a little unpopular.
Well, you can't expect to start with the captain of the football team, but maybe if some people begin taking us out, then other people will. Maybe. He's got the best car at school. Did you hear backfire?
What are you going to tell Dad?
Sooner or later, he's got to realize.
Don't you think it's better if he realizes just a little bit at a time?
Well, I don't know when I'll get another chance. I bet there'll be a lot of people down at the drugstore. I bet there'll be almost everybody.
If Dad lets you go.
He might have a project. Don't you see? This is the start. A boys notice girls that other boys notice. Pretty soon you begin getting popular, and then you meet someone you really want to meet.
And if Dad lets you go on dates, he'll have to let us go too.
That's why it's so important. It's the start of everything, that's all. Mother?
Your father will be down in a minute. He has things for the family council to take up.
Mother, there was a phone call. A boy called me.
That's nice.
I think he's a very well-brought-up boy.
He's a cheerleader.
He asked me to go have a soda with him at the drugstore.
When?
Tonight. He said he'd be right over.
He has his own car. I don't think tonight is a very good night for it. Maybe some other time?
But if we break the first date I ever had, there won't be any other night.
Please, Mother.
Say something to Dad.
I wish some other time.
But when? When?
I suppose you do have to start sometime, though.
I already told him yes.